Hello and welcome back to an all-new Player 2 Plays. My name is Paul James. It is Secret of Mana Saturday. We are potentially wrapping this thing up today on our 15th entry. Not 100% sure whether we'll get through it or not. Depends on how long this is going. But we are here on the Mana Fortress. We've done a little bit of level grinding. We've done a few little bits and pieces between the last time you watched and now. Nothing story-wise. We've just jumped on Flammy's back, been dropped off at this point, and now we're going to continue our journey. So let's head off. Now, I'll talk more about it and kind of how it came to be a little bit later on. But this is actually the second time I've attempted this. We've done one Player 2 Plays for this particular scene before essentially a glitch coupled with some of my magic being a little underleveled basically resulted in it being a situation that we could not pass. I needed to use some particular magic which I hadn't leveled up, which would have been, just as a general rule, useful against that boss. But I was doing fine with melee attacks until all of a sudden a bug kind of kicked in, and essentially I could not access, and it didn't matter which of the characters I was using, I could not reach the enemy that I needed to kill, and with my magic so low, I wasn't even going to have enough XP to do it. It was also going to make for an incredibly boring 15 minutes as I just gradually whittled away this thing's health using low-level magic. I basically concluded it wasn't worth continuing, and we're redoing this entire segment for you. So we're here at the Mana Fortress. We're gradually making our way up. We've got a couple of bosses to deal with before we get to the Mana Beast at the end. Certainly the enemies should be a little bit easier than I dealt with last time. They're not particularly tough anyway, but they should be a little bit easier to deal with given the higher level. Something I will be a little bit disappointed about, potentially, is that at this particular stage of the game, there are some really rare loot drops, some bracelets that I scored from these blue guys, the tsunami enemies, and they are the best you can get in the game. You can't buy these items, you can only get them as a rare drop from those guys that were just killed then at the Mana Fortress, and unfortunately I feel the odds are against me that I'll be able to score a few of those again. You might also find a bit of this. We might be noticing how Pippa's gotten stuck in mid-air at the moment. When I played this for you last time, we nearly encountered a bug as well, and we this same issue, she kind of got stuck in the environment, and we only managed to save the day by exchanging weapons and then using the whip, which ripped her out of that spot. So it's something to be aware of when you're playing the game at the end here. I don't remember it ever being a thing when I played the original SNES version, but it might be something that's kind of impacted this port. I don't really know what to make of it, personally. But at least, like, I actually killed the capture last time as well, before realizing, oh, that was my get out of, like, I could escape using that little technique I used a moment ago there. So despite the fact that it then crashed and bugged out in other ways, I think you're going to get a better quality Player 2 Plays for the lessons that I learnt last time around anyway. And I'm certainly doing more damage now than I did before. I'm going into this maybe 2 or 3 levels higher than I did last time around. I wasn't struggling at all. That's almost what would have made the capture the first time around with that particular boss even worse, because it was taking, like, I couldn't even just die and restart or anything like that. It was, I mean, I could eventually, but it was going to take a long time. There was nothing that could be solved quickly. So in the end, it was just best to kill it off, and we'll go from there. I'll explain how that kind of came to be when we return to that boss second time around. He's hoping we don't have any issues with it this time. But if we do, this will be the one that goes ahead, so I'll pick up from that point. I'll mess around. You'll probably see some awkward cut, and we'll come back, and who knows what'll go on. But these are the guys I'm almost tempted to just very, very slowly take them out. Come on. And cross my fingers and hope that I get that amulet. But I've also, as usual, got to be careful not to bite off more than I can chew, waste too much magic whilst dealing with these guys. I'm actually getting hammered here to an extent, which is not great. Wow, wow, what the hell's going on here? Oh, well, there's one couple wishes down. No more dawdling. No more toying with them. Better let these two out. Just make the whole thing just a little bit easier. Any chests? No. Use the whip again. Leap over. So yeah, my recollection is we've got about 3 bosses to deal with before we get to the Mana Beast. Whether that all fits into this one player 2 plays, I don't yet know. We'll kind of see how we're going time-wise. Hopefully that boss that caused some grief before doesn't cause any issues this time around. But I honestly have no idea how that's going to play out, so we'll see when the time comes. As I've mentioned in the last few episodes, if you've been enjoying this series, we are, as a Player 2 team, discussing more that we can do that are like it. Matt Hewson, at Player 2's own, is working on a new series as we speak. I've seen the first episode. It is fantastic, and it is a game that is adored by a great many people. So once that kind of goes live, I mean, I'd be suggesting for you guys to mention any games in the comments here, via Twitter, whatever it is. Let us know some of the games that you would like us to consider in this longer format. This Secret of Mana Saturday series was born out of the fact that you, the viewers, requested more off the back of the first entry. So that's exactly then what happened. So it's not to say that the same can't happen going forward. So please let us know if there's any games that you would like, myself, Matt, Adam, Ken, Sarah, whoever you like. Let us know if there's any games you'd like for us to tackle. It's not to say we'll absolutely do it, but because there might be a plan or a reason for that. But let us know what you're interested in anyway, because we'll certainly take it into consideration. And hopefully we can give you exactly what you're looking for. Come on. Don't be a doom trap. Just please don't be a doom trap. Starting to be generous. And don't hit that pink button because that restores all these green crystals. You can already see another crab spawned from off screen in an area that he can't technically, so I have no idea what's happened there, but whatever, we'll take him out. Alright. These guys were causing me a ton of issues because they were just targeting me exclusively with Exploder a few Let's Plays ago. All of a sudden, they're being dealt with fairly easily. Boss time? Here we go. Now this one won't be an issue. And should be even easier now that I've done a little bit of leveling. And he's actually got 2 weaknesses too, so I can kind of double the output here. I might just space those attacks a bit better, just to make sure that nothing funny goes on with hitboxes and all that sort of jazz. Certainly seems like Lumina is going to be the best bet in this case. So we'll just focus on one person, that way we only have to restore the magic of one person after all's said and done. Handy to get a good few melee shots in as well, just for the sake of trying to conserve that MP. Oh, managed to just get within my hitbox somehow. Come on, come at me, you ugly prick. Oh, good hit. I'm just gonna restore some magic. Some health. We'll probably leave it at that in terms of the actual magic use here, because I suspect the majority of his health is already gone when you couple those few really solid melee hits as well as the magic use so far. Oh, I reckon I don't know, I didn't see the damage dealt as he disappeared, but I reckon he just got away from that. Oh no! There is the downside when you're trying to play the melee game here, is that the hitboxes can be a little bit touch and go, but I'm really trying to save my magic because this is marathon, not a race, not a sprint. There we go. There's the first one down. All health restored. We'll continue on. Trying to avoid standing on that green thing and getting warped someplace else. This surely can't be doing much damage. There we go. Alright. Which way do I go? Jeez, the welcome mat got rolled out there. They came storming my way. Mustn't be anyone there anymore. Cool. Don't care what sort of offensive power you've got now because you're dead. Right. Oh, geez, that was some substantial damage. Or substantial even. Oh. Don't think there's anything to see there to the right. Yeah, it was just a shortcut essentially. Becoming clear that Exploder just targets the human-controlled character. Back to me again. We'll keep marching on. That's never what you want. Never a good time to doze off. Especially when you're in the lair of the kind of mastermind of all the nastiness in the game. There we go, another one down, we'll keep moving. He wants a piece. Two fairly substantial hits did the job. This guy's evasion's just a smidge higher than all the others, and his health significantly. And he just does enough to cause a few small headaches. Oh, I think I pressed one too many times then. Oh no. Alright. Now I am aware that I was heading in the wrong direction there. Just wanted to check it out, see if there was anything down here that could be of use. Any of those tsunami enemy guys. Good. Killed him off before he started sapping anyone's MP. The basilisks, I think, have a rare drop as well, but I'm not sure what it is. Oh, more tsunamis. Oh, there's another one in there, I think. Another 2. They're in a crappy spot because I can't tell who's in there and who's not. There we go. Right, this is the one that I had the issues with, and I'm going to try and make sure I stay towards the middle of the arena here, because once I get forced off to the sides in those bottom like the most diagonal corners, I'm done, because you just can't move. And the key with this boss is he actually grows. He consumes more and more of the battlefield as the battle goes on. And he's just spamming me with that attack. At the moment I'm going to try and focus on the physical stuff. He's already starting to force me in the corner too. The other two need to contribute more than what they're currently doing, because I'm getting wailed on here. And I want to use one more charge attack before I have to use Undine. But you can probably see as he's taken a few hits so far, he has grown just a tiny bit already. Which essentially becomes about the size of the entire battlefield by the end of it. And the reason I couldn't move is because all 3 allies were trapped in 3 different corners. So then it was the bug that's with the game that prevents you from straying, well, not the bug, the catch with the game that stops you from getting too far away from your allies meant that none of them could go anywhere. Did that do nothing? Alright, let's test out how Shade's going, because that's what he's most weak against in terms of magic. Oh, now, when I did this last time, because my Shade magic level was about 1, I actually know it started at 0, part of the way through the encounter it got to... Oh no, it's happening again. Alright, we'll just spam Shade here. Because I now, for whatever reason, can't get close enough. We're all in 3 different points, and that means that no one can actually move anywhere to get closer to attack, to get away. It's a massive oversight when it comes to this boss. Unless he comes at me, I won't be able to get close enough to do any damage with the sword, so I have to rely totally on the magic, and because my magic level was so low with Shade before, I had to just suck it up. At least in this case, we'll get through. Those 3 will do for now. And thankfully, this move costs so little when it comes to MP that I can just spam it. I'm not going to have to. I've not committed too much of my magic. This works out perfectly. He'll be dead soon. Possibly one more. Wait, was that him dying? Yep, there we go. This I spent 20 to 25 minutes on, and it culminated in it basically being impossible because my shade magic level was so low. Not this time. But you can see the flaw with the design. The last time we dealt with an enemy like this, just before we unlocked Shade, he was large and got smaller. And that worked. He didn't consume the entire screen for starters, but it worked as he got smaller. But because he grows, he forces the enemy, forces your allies away from one another, and suddenly you just can't move because no one's able to, based on that constraint with the design that prevents you from getting too far away from your allies. Less of an issue in the remake because they stretched that distance right out. So in an arena like that, it wasn't going to be an issue. There we go. Now you might have asked, because you might have been asking why we haven't used Dryad yet. Dryad is the most recent of the elementals or the summons or whatever you want to call them that we unlocked in the game, and we've used it for absolutely no reason so far. I may as well quickly show you what Dryad can do. At the moment, you can revive, which is handy in a pinch, and you've got wall. And then as far as Glenn is concerned, Sleep Flower, and Burst. Burst you've seen a little bit about, it's done a bit of damage to me on a few occasions there. But there's one more move that Dryad will kind of acquire or learn at the end of the game. And right now, he doesn't have that. It'll become available basically as we're dealing with... Oh, did he equip, or did he use some defensive magic? Ah, it's over anyway. Oh, weapons leveling up. That's pretty handy still at this point in the game. And I must say I'm becoming even more confident we'll be able to finish it in this Player 2 Plays. It might be a slightly longer one. We've already gone about half an hour or so. But we've got 2 bosses to go in the game, one of them being the Mana Beast. You can hide behind that little screen all you like, it's not going to help you. Well, that Terminator had a shorter life than his mate that we dealt with a few minutes ago. Come on, give me something good. No rare drops so far. I suspect at this rate, we probably won't get them. Oh, that was a solid hit. Took about 200 and something damage then. That was unreal for just a normal goon, regardless of what stage of the game it is. That was me not carefully monitoring the situation. Let's use Dryad there, we'll use Revivify. Rather than waste a couple wishes at this point. Since we, as of yet, haven't used any Fairy Walnuts, so we've conserved our magic so far. Now, unfortunately, our next opponent is going to require some more Lumina magic, which, if you recall, costs about 8 MP per use out of the 60 or so that I've got. So, I may very well have to use something after that, but we'll see how it all goes. This guy's evasion is through the roof. As I hit him and end the fight. He's just stuck in the middle, so... Alright, come on, one of these tsunamis. Give me one of those rare drops. And these other two are just standing there doing absolutely nothing. Dead weight. Pippa and Glennar. Alright. So we're going to have to use our first Fairy Walnut here. Or second. Why did... Huh? When did that happen? How did that... How did that happen? Again! What is this dude doing? I'm way in over my head at the moment, from the looks of it. Let me take a moment to try and start with reviving me. My god. Right. I've basically burnt up all that fairy walnut now. Unbelievable. Phew. Oh, wow. Come on, through you go. We're not dealing with them. Thanatos. So we're up to our next boss. And we think that we've managed to subvert this entire thing, but not to be. Alright. Not an easy boss, especially when he starts dropping that on you. That won't be light damage. Alright, we're going to have to use some light damage from the looks of it. This gives me a moment to... I'll just keep away. They've got to stop getting under him. For Christ's sake. Okay, let's start with some magic to heal everyone up. They need to get away. The downside of having some really, really dumb AI. Another good hit. That's Glenn dead. Oh, no. Quick, 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 quick. Just gonna throw some chocolate over there just to be sure. Oh, 999. Good timing to have a critical hit. Better keep an eye on that health situation. Oh, 155, that's fine. Oh, damn, I didn't get close enough to the hitbox. Oh, not great. And I can't stray too far because, there we go. All right. Healing magic on herself and then get away. Let those hands do their business, but oh, move. Wait for him to come back to the center here, or not, but whatever. You can't have too much more health left at this point. I'm going to double check that with a bit of Silphid. Yeah, another 2 or 3 of those and he's cooked. But I've got no interest in using Lumina. I'll save that magic. No, did I miss that hitbox completely? I did. I reckon I can just avoid him and not have to use Remedy. Oh, the wrong person to hit. Now I'm going to have to use Remedy. Alright, I'm ready for you. Having someone petrified's not great. Oh, get away, get away, get away. Unless that head resurfaces. Nah. I reckon that'll be the last time I need to use Cure Water, because I realistically I think I only have to hit him one more time. Certainly with one large attack from me anyway. There we go. That's Thanatos defeated. Leveling up's always handy. There we go. And that was the key that I was talking about with Dryad before. So now we've got a new spell for both characters. And I needed to conserve my magic because I need the magic of both of them. Essentially I need to be able to supercharge my sword and then using the Dryad's magic from both characters, and then I can do physical damage to the Mana Beast. Gotta get out of here now. We'll disappear. Oh yeah, that's right, it's down the bottom. Yeah, so Flammy and his kind are in fact the Mana Beast. Now Flammy specifically is not. Beautiful peace-loving creature. The Mana Beast though is of the same species and will absolutely obliterate the world. So Glenn's not going to die, but will find himself kind of in a separate world, and it's just the reality that we've got to face should we beat the Mana Beast. Alright. Now there's aspects of this that we can't... Look, ultimately this is not a great final boss. Aspects of this we've just got to kind of cop the damage. So... I don't know how we start here. Yeah, so he flies away, and he'll use a fire attack. You'll see the giant swirl, it's impossible to miss. It's also impossible to dodge. You have to take the damage. You heal yourself after that. With the pittance of magic that I've got. How much is this going to cost me? 1 MP per use. That's fine. So, how much does Glenn have? 33. We'll be fine. Those fairy walnuts, or lack of them, won't cost us. I'll commit that to Pippa right now. We've got to cop this hit. Nothing that can be done about it. And he'll come up on us really slowly. Alright, now, let me first cast Cure. Actually, I can't. Now, with both of them, I need to use Dryad's magic to form the Mana Sword. And I need to start charging whilst they're doing that. He uses wall. Basically everyone's attacks except for mine with the Mana Sword will do no damage. When I charge this thing up, and hopefully I can use the attack before he decides he wants to disappear. 532. Now he's got about 9,999 HP. So we're going, like, it's going to be a bit of a slog, really. I think, yeah, the magic wore off. And he's done with us anyway. Notice everything else fairly light damage. The fire one is the real troublesome one. And we can see this loop's gonna kind of occur now. I'm gonna have to do this thing about 18 to 20 times. Bracing for impact. Jeez, Glenn copped it there. I'm probably a few I'm a few levels lower than I perhaps would be best to be, but can't be helped. Alright, let's start using Mana Magic. So that maybe, if I can get myself charged up nice and quickly, maybe I can get a second round in as he's... Hitting me with Lucent Beam is not ideal. Probably not going to get another attack in. And we won't use any healing magic until he next comes back, but that's about 1,000 damage done. Now I get the two of them to start throwing their mana magic my way. Hopefully I get left alone. Hopefully I'm not the target of his attack. I lost all the charge on the weapon too, which sucks. He's leaving me alone, which is nice. Try and get a cheap hit in there before the magic wears off, which it now has. I'll try and save some of my... Look after Glenn, because he probably needs it more immediately. Actually, no point with that yet. We'll have to cop this fire attack again. I'm just going to make sure that Pippa's got enough health. I don't want to be wasting cups of wishes, certainly not yet. No point charging up, I keep forgetting. So let me see if I can time that magic. Maybe he'll come through and hit me just as... Alright, now we'll use our mana magic again. Wish he wouldn't interrupt my attacks like that. Come on. Oh, I got a good hit in too. You beauty. Who could deal with a little bit? Glenn would benefit from a candy. How are we going magic-wise? 40 out of 74. And we'll be laughing when it comes to Glenn. 29, cool. We're going to have enough to do this thing. Let's see if I can't get this timing right. Now we'll use the mana magic again. The thing that sucks is that there's absolutely nothing that the others can do. So they're just flailing away, doing zeros all the time, and I'm the only one that can do any damage. They just cop it, and nothing can be done. Got some other hits in there though, which was nice. I've got to start using that opportunity a little bit better as this battle continues, because I can get that one big hit in, then a few little swipes. I add a good 600-700 damage onto it, and all of a sudden we kind of halve the amount of time this battle goes for. At this point, I can only think that we'd be at least halfway through killing him, probably even 2/3. I reckon it worked. I got that timing perfect. No point charging my weapon yet. Using Lucent Beam on me is not great. Oh, interrupted. Seriously? Well, I think this round was probably a bust. Let's see if I can't get a quick swipe in. The only thing I can hope here is that with Dryad leveling up there, that perhaps the duration of the mana magic is extended. I don't know. Now come on, load me up. No point charging yet. I'm certainly getting more damage just taking these swings versus charging up. More bang for my buck, especially when you get a critical in there like that. That was great. Oh, 2 of them. New strategy. Swing. That was beautiful. I reckon we might only have to do this one more time. Oh, damn it, I was a bit late with the, bit sleep at the wheel there when it came to the mana magic. Sorry, the cure water. Worked out okay though. Oh, another critical. Come on. That is the end of Secret of Mana. Glenn is gone. Weird text box thing there. That's the thing, we've kind of saved the world, we've done the right thing, but it's still a kind of somber end to the whole thing. And there are the credits. Beginning. So whilst they roll, I must say thank you. You've joined me now through 15 episodes of Secret of Mana Saturday. It has been a long journey. I feel it's been a really good one. But with 15 episodes, that's a good 3.5 to 4 months that we've been doing this. So thank you very much for kind of coming along for the ride and providing your feedback. Ultimately, you were the reason that became a full series. It was your feedback, it was your request to make it a full series that led to this. So thank you very much for that. Please enjoy these credits as they roll. We're kind of going back and seeing all the key personnel throughout the course of the game. Basically, hugs and kisses all around, I guess. But yes, it was you that were the reason for this series. It was you that requested that we spend more time with it. Specifically, one man Glenn, who was named. His namesake was created within the game. But thank you for that. This has been a really rewarding experience to actually kind of go through, and I was never much of a let's play sort of person, but I've learned a lot about it, and I've actually really enjoyed creating this as it's played out. So thank you for that. Like I said earlier in the episode and in the last few episodes, please let me, Matt, anyone from the Player 2 team know what you would like us to see, what you would like to see us play through next. There's an enormous library of games out there. I used the Super Nintendo Classic for this one. But there's a huge amount of games out there, from new gen, old gen. There's so many games to be messed around with. Matt has currently got a new one underway. You'll see what that is sometime next week. So look forward to that. Like I said, I've seen the first episode. It is looking really good, so I hope you enjoy it as well. But let me know if there's any more that you'd like to see. If you've enjoyed this series, please consider liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. All those buttons are down below here, and they'll allow you to get access to weekly episodes of Patched, the Video Games Club, The Insider, Player 2 Plays, news. There's a whole bunch of stuff, the late game review, a whole lot more, all stuff that can only be found at our YouTube channel. So please make sure to go and check it out. There's awesome stuff there, and we hope you enjoy it. Hit that notification bell so you're alerted to any video that goes live. The website. It's player2.net.au. There you'll find reviews, previews, opinion pieces, news, features, the Player 2 Writers Draft, and a whole lot more, all contributed by some of the best talent in Australia. So please make sure to go to the website and check it out. Patreon. We have a Patreon up and running. We're looking for your support to keep the Player 2 dream going. A few simple dollars per month will see you rewarded with early access to different shows, such as this, such as The Insider, such as the Video Games Club, and a whole bunch more. Please consider kicking in a few dollars. You get early access. At some of the higher tiers, you get exclusive episodes, and you can even join us in the Player 2 podcast, the monthly podcast that we have. So please consider going and checking it out. See if there's a tier there that suits you. For rolling updates, you can find me at PaulJamesP2 on Twitter. The website, you can find at Player2AU on Twitter. And let's see out what remains of these credits. the sword has been returned, and that's all she wrote. Thanks for watching. Cheers.